Welcome to JK Games, the gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge.
This is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge.
Feels good to be back, Jerica.
We're here.
Feels good to be back.
We're live and ready to go.
Yeah, it feels like it's been forever. I feel like I say that now every time. But we were going pretty regular there for a little while. And last week, Jerica had a special guest, and I was absentee 2 weeks ago, actually.
Yes, Kayla left me by myself to talk to Greg Miller alone, and I sweated through. That shirt is now like in the. It's in the garbage. I even took it out of the garbage and I had to burn it because it was so sweaty and stinky.
Speaking of shirts, Jerica, show the stream your shirt. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's a little Doom boy. Doom
guy.
It's really cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There goes my headphone. I was gonna say, I only discovered this shirt thanks to our Fantasy League chat that plugged the company. It's like Yeeti.
Yeah, the name's a little weird. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's something like that. Maybe we'll
But
post
unfortunately,
something.
If you really like this shirt, you won't be able to get it now, I don't think, because every day they have a new shirt. That's the downside. You have to catch it. And I'm so glad they shared it, because I caught it, because I've looked through all, I actually went onto their Twitter to see like what other shirts they've had, and they have a lot of amazing shirts, but this is probably one of the coolest ones.
They're like limited release, yeah.
Yep. It's like only for 24 hours you could buy the shirt.
Interesting.
So, and I was like, I don't have any. Yeah, it's brilliant. I don't have any pink shirts, so I was like, I really like the shirt, and it's hot pink, so I need it.
That's really weird, because when I think of you, the colors that I think of when I think of you, Jerica, are like a deep, like royal purple, and then like a pink, and then like a teal blue, like kind of like our logo colors. That's exactly what I think of.
That's why. Those are my favorite colors.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a pair of sneakers with all those colors in it, and it's phenomenal. Favorite pair of shoes.
Well, if this is your first time on the podcast and you're like, what are these people talking about? Who are these folks? Because thankfully we did get a lot of new listeners, new followers from Jerica's Greg Miller appearance, or actually Greg Miller's appearance on our podcast.
Yeah, get it right. He was on our show, but not the other way around.
If this is your first time listening, welcome. My name is Kayla. I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm Jerica, the other host, and these two, I don't know why I did that, because that just doesn't make sense. This gal and this gal, we talk about games each and every week. We try to anyways. And Kayla went on a cool vacation.
Yeah. I went to Disney. It was fun.
Kayla went to Disney. Surprise.
Yeah. It really will be the only time that we go this year, because we used to have annual passes, which is why we went so much. And we do not have passes for this year. We just went because I know, yeah, but it's because the world has started reopening, thankfully.
Yeah.
Things are starting to get better. So we had plans to try to travel new places this year. But yeah, that's where I was last week.
Yeah. So now we're back, and we're just playing Ketchup on this episode.
This is the Ketchup episode.
Yes, the Ketchup episode. We should just title it that.
Yeah.
I'll have a little bottle of ketchup in the thumbnail for YouTube. I'm already going to do it. Maybe put our faces on it somehow.
Adorable.
Yeah. Easy.
I love it.
But yeah, we're just going to get caught up. I have still been playing video games. Hopefully Kayla has something to share if you didn't able to play anything. Okay, cool. But we know, there's a lot coming. There has been a lot of games that have come out this year, Kayla. It's insane.
Yes.
And today, if you're listening live, today was a big day for games. There's probably obviously more than 3 games, but 3 big games came out today. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yes.
Right? Is it the Forgotten Land?
I think so.
Or Forgotten Lands. Is it more than one land?
Someone fact check us in the chat.
Okay, anyways, Kirby is out there swallowing things. Hopefully you're having a good time with it, but that came out today. Also Ghostwire Tokyo.
Very interested in that. Very interested. Ghostwire Tokyo.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands also came out today, which I'm super excited to play. That's probably going to be the first on the list that I will get to next, as far as like the new games of this Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some reviews in, so we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But obviously, Kayla, we just need to catch up and like...
Yeah.
It's been way too long.
It has. It's been a while. We gotta do it. But again, if this is your first time, this is a little bit more chill. I mean, let's be honest, we're always really chill.
Every episode's really chill.
The whole point of the reason behind, like, me and Jerica have been friends for a while, and we were like, hey, let's start a podcast. We talk about games anyway. Our whole friend group loves to talk about games. We have them on pretty frequently to just chat with us about a specific topic. Yes, Jerica?
Katronica says Forgotten Land, singular. It's just one land that has been forgotten.
Thank you so
Kirby
much
here.
for the clarification.
Yes.
But yeah, so we were doing that for a while. We were like, no, it'd be fun to just like do this in a public setting. So that's what we do. We do lay our episodes out in a couple different modes. So we have easy mode where we talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing, our random topics, ticks every once in a while.
Yeah, because they apparently get on us, and hopefully that was the last chapter in that book.
That was a wild time.
There was one really chapter. Go back. That's all it was. One chapter, and I hope that is closed.
Woo! Yeah, that was a lot. And then we do our normal mode, which today is going to be affectionately known as Normpert mode, because we're going to combine our normal and our expert mode. So our normal mode usually is like the news topics of the week, which is like, whatever news is relevant to us. So we don't cover every single bit of gaming news. We want our podcast to be like accessible to any type of listener, whether it be like, hey, I don't play games too much, I don't really know what's going on. Or I'm like super into gaming, I know everything that's going on. You can hang around and hear our commentary. Probably smarter than me, but hey.
It's okay.
But yeah, we just want it to be a fun time, accessible for everyone. Normal mode, again, is news. And then expert mode is like our main topic. If we have like a central main topic we're talking about, which today is just the catch-up episode. So if you don't already, go ahead and follow us over on Instagram and Twitter, which is at JK Games Podcast. If you're not currently watching us live, we also live stream our episodes, so you can watch them live. You can interact with us. We also upload them on YouTube after the fact now. And our YouTube is just JK Games Podcast as well. Or if you want to have all the links together in our Instagram bio or our Twitter bio, you can go directly there and it links all of our stuff. So you can just go boop, 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 go through and look at it. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, corrections, suggestions, we always take episode suggestions, by the way. If you have something, please.
We'll do any task. We're up to it. Yeah.
Any.
For the most part. Oh, no. We set some parameters here.
Some boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, hey, I don't know you were talking about the episode layout, what we normally do, what you could do if you follow us on Twitch, but obviously if you follow us on Twitch, someone else has been streaming lately, and that's Kayla.
Yeah.
Kayla has been streaming some Apex, and, that's pretty cool. So, and she's a really good Apex player, so you should follow the Twitch channel. And you probably are if you're here, but you should tell your friends so they can watch Kayla play. The dog agrees.
She's freaking out. I'm sorry. I'll try to mute my mic.
She's like, yeah, please.
Well, follow my mom on Twitch. Go. I'm not a mother. It's my dog, but I still like my child. Yeah, thanks, Jerica. I've been trying to do it a little bit more. I definitely want to stream more than just Apex, but like right now, that's what I'm most like comfortable with. So it's kind of what I've been doing. I want to try to stream like some newer games. Just like regular games, and then like some other co-op games. So if anybody wants to play with me, you can add me or like follow us on Instagram and shoot me a message if you have a game you'd like to play together. That's always fun. Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to do that more. Jerica had some ideas that she wants to stream too. So if you follow us there, you'll get alerts. We don't normally have a schedule, so... Yeah,
and I'm literally one night next week, I'm going to figure it out and we'll post when, but I am going to stream a little bit of Elden Ring. I'm going to break my rule again, just because, we'll get into it in a minute, but I'm still playing Horizon Forbidden West. But it's going to take a while for me to beat that game. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to take a while.
Spoiler alert to how you feel, maybe.
But honestly, to be honest, like, literally, like, if I don't play something else right now, like, I'm going to get so far behind. And I just want to try to show off what I can do in Elden Ring, which isn't much. It's me. I've made a character and I've walked outside. So at that point, it should be interesting to watch me try to get through this world. Hopefully some of our friends can
help you
watch and help me, please.
Yeah. Well, it's co-op. You can play with like 4 people, I think.
Okay. If I get a tough spot, someone needs to hop on and help me out.
All right. Well, with that being said, Jerica, let's go ahead and hop into our easy mode.
Yeah.
For what we've been playing. Do you want to start it off? I don't know. I might have played less than you probably, but
I mean, honestly, I'm not going to talk about Destiny anymore. We'll take a pause from Destiny talk because I talk about it every week because that's all I play for the most
that's
part.
Okay. You get to talk about what you like.
Yeah, but it's the newness has faded. I can't add that we did. Okay, let me actually add something because
of course
there's some controversy right now.
It's our podcast. We can say whatever we want.
Our household because last week I had a busy work week. And I was tired and I had to go to bed early because I had an early morning. And Audrey in our little raid group that we have on Destiny, they were just gonna do. There's a new raid, Vow of the Disciple.
I saw that.
It's a really amazing raid. It's so much fun.
You streamed some of it, I think, right?
Yeah, it's such a probably not a fun thing to watch. That stream was interesting because that was our first attempt without reading anything about it. So it was really us just trying to figure out everything. Kayla, there are over 20 symbols that you have to memorize for this raid because there's a lot of
shit. I know. I think you told me that. Yeah.
There's symbols on the walls that the people like every player has to be able to call out, and it's literally could be on 3 areas of the map. Like you could be on this far side of the map and you need to call out the symbol to open this door and like get in there, shoot the right symbol. Another group needs to call out this symbol, and there's over 20 symbols. Okay.
That's a lot.
It's a lot to remember. But I have them all memorized to the most part. But we made a mistake because we actually I know I just said I wasn't going to talk about Destiny, but this is actually pretty interesting. The raid.
I'm interested.
The raid. We didn't read anything about the raid going into it. We wanted to see if we could figure it out, and we got through 2 instances by ourselves. Like we got through essentially two areas of it, and we figured it out, which we're really proud of ourselves.
That's really cool.
Figuring out a Destiny raid is not super easy, especially when there's over 20 symbols involved. But we figured out most of the first 2 segments. But the symbols, let's go back to that. And I might be able to pull up a picture so everybody can see this.
Yes.
Obviously, there's official names for these symbols that Bungie has said. This symbol is what this is called. So like, there's a symbol that looks like a braid, right?
I don't know if I'll be able to see it instantly.
Let me pull it. Let me. Oh, I haven't pulled it up yet. Hold on here. Vow of the Disciple symbols. Okay. All right, I'm gonna find a good picture here, and I'll add it into the thing. Okay. Do.
It's gonna be delayed on mine because I'm just watching the stream because I won't be able to see it.
Well, I have you shouldn't even look for it yet because I don't have it.
Okay.
I'm downloading it. I'm downloading it to the desktop real quick. Save image, desktop. Thank you. Let's open this bad boy.
I'll entertain while you're doing that.
Okay.
Ooh.
I should have had this ready before. My bad.
Do you like my dancing?
Oh, what's that? What is that move called?
It's called the Kayla. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, Katronica said, yeah. She said, LOL, wait, this is math. Yeah, sounds like it.
Why won't this pull up? I'll just use this window and All right.
Show us your internet.
Not going to show you my internet history.
Yeah.
No, can't see that. Kayla, what are you trying to do here, girl?
Exposed.
Window capture. Let me add this source. New source. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Suspense is killing me.
I know, it's in here now. All right.
Okay.
You should be able to see it.
So this is an example of one of the runes?
No, this is the example. This is some of the symbols. This might be all the symbols, but this is a good bit of the symbols, okay? So here's all the official words, and I'm not going to tell you the words we created because they are very not safe for work, okay? Incredibly. Like, at one point I had to, like, if you were watching the stream or if you go back and watch the stream, I'm not on mic for a very specific reason. And, but here's, like, the official names. So, like, you see the little brain, it's, like, knowledge.
Yeah.
Light. Love is like, looks like little hearts, pyramid, worm, witness. Okay, so you have to get all these symbols memorized, and like, we gave them some funny names. So there's one in particular, it's called Black Garden.
Okay.
And someone called it, I think, not Ohio, Arizona. One of those deserty states. You see Black Garden in the top?
One of those deserty states. Oh my gosh.
Black Garden.
I see it, yeah.
So someone called it, like, what's the state that has the Utah, maybe? That has, like, the structures that look like that. You probably can't see it on your phone, but it looks like
really
a little
small
mountain thing. Guess what I kept calling it? I kept calling it Nebraska. I was like, whatever symbol we called some state. I'm like, I see Nebraska. They're like, so what? Funny. So we made a mistake by giving our names to all of these. So, like, the next time we did the raid, half of us were trying to call them what they actually were, and then some of us were still using, like, instead of Black Garden, we were saying Nebraska.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can only deal with what you have, because y'all probably didn't have the names at that time, you said,
we
right?
didn't, so we made our name, like, let's see if I can try to remember. The Ascendant Plane was, like, umbrellas.
Yeah.
Black Heart was, like, butthole or something. Or maybe Darkness was anus. I don't know. Like, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of stuff. And we called them funny things. So, anywho, I'll remove this now. But memorizing those was fun. And we actually have one of the raiding parties. One of the guys in our raid in the chat right now, Campos, Nebraska. So, regardless. That part of the raid was fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Get back to this other story that I have to say. Okay. So the raid's hard. We get it we go in again. We read about the encounters, and of course we're able to get through much faster. Also, contest mode's off, so it's not as hard.
Yeah.
We get through it. We get to the final boss, which, by the way, he looks like a ballerina. Like, his name's, I call him R-Hulk, but it's Rolk. And he has really long legs, and he'll kick the shit out of you. And he has, like, the most pranciest little kick, too. He's, like, prancing around like a horse. Not really. I don't know why he's...
That sounds terrifying.
Walking, but he's got long legs. And, like, he'll just get up to you and go, boop, and, like, knock you off the map. You just get yeeted. Is that what the kids say?
That's what the kids say, yep. Mm-hmm.
You get yeeted off the map. And it's just so stupid. But he's still a pretty awesome raid boss.
I was going to say, that sounds terrifying.
But yeah, anyways, okay. Let me stay on topic. Okay, so this last week, my raid group was like, hey, we're just gonna play through it. Jerica's not gonna get on tonight, but we'll find a replacement, and we'll just get up to the very end, and then when Jerica's able to play, we'll hop back on and do the final boss and, beat the raid. I thought that's what Audrey told me anyways. But I'm in bed, Kayla. I can't go to sleep because you know what I hear from the bedroom? I hear all these call-outs. I hear the symbols. Audrey's, like, yelling, Nebraska, and, knowledge and drink and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, they're doing that part. Like, I could tell.
And then you feel left out. You're like, oh.
Based on what Audrey was saying and yelling, I could tell what part of the raid they were at.
That's intense.
And there's a specific part that you hear R1, R2, R3. And that's only used in the final encounter. And guess what I hear out of Audrey's mouth? R1, R2, R3. And I was
the betrayal.
Like, sleeping. I was resting my eyes. I was resting. I was like, oh, they're trying to fight. They're doing the final encounter? I thought they were gonna stop.
Betrayal.
But no, they just did the raid without me. So yeah. Yeah, she came into the bedroom and I was like, y'all beat it, didn't you? And she said, yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I thought you were going to wait for me. And she's like, I know, but...
Betrayal! That's like the worst version of like when you're watching a show with your partner and you watch it without them. That's the same thing.
Yeah, don't watch the finale without me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Campos is like, did you make her sleep on the couch? No, but I did. I was just like, man, I can't believe you did that. And that, I just want you to be in my shoes for a second. She's like, I know.
I bet she felt bad.
She did a little bit, but honestly, it was fine. I was like, that's cool. I'm glad y'all did it. We better do it this weekend for your birthday. We better do the raid. And of course, we did. I enjoy giving her a hard time about it.
Of course. Which happy late birthday to Audrey.
Yeah,
happy late
Audrey's birthday was past the weekend, and
also our friend Cody, our friend of the show, Cody's birthday's today.
Oh, which by the way, I saw him and I was like, hey, what's up? And someone said happy birthday. I was like, oh my God, it was your birthday. Like, man, I'm sorry.
Yes, happy birthday to Cody, who has been a great friend of the show for a while now. Has been featured on some episodes. In celebration of his birthday, go watch the episodes with him. That is it. But yes.
Yeah, but I'm going to wrap up my Destiny talk. But Sunday on Audrey's birthday, luckily, we were able to not only do that raid, Kayla, we did 3 other raid clears in one day.
I saw that on your Twitter. I was like, dang.
It was insane. That means we're just really good at Destiny now. So,
wow.
But yeah, you know, it's been a Destiny week. So after we did the raid, I went back to Horizon, and we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Remember I told you I have some thoughts about Horizon Forbidden West, because I've been playing that too.
I would love to hear him.
Whenever we're not when Audrey's working or whenever we're not doing Destiny, I'm trying to play Horizon whenever I can, because the game is so pretty and it just keeps opening up to more things to do. And I'm a little overwhelmed, but in a good way. I'm overwhelmed with the fact that, like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to finish this game anytime soon. And I really want to try Elden Ring, so...
Do you want to hold off on our talk of that, or do you want to go ahead and talk about Horizon? Or
no, we'll hold off on it because I've been talking way too much, and I'm now ready to take a break and hand it off to you and hear a little bit about what you've been playing.
Okay, well, it's not a ton, I will be honest, but a lot. I have played a good bit of Horizon as well. I wish I would have gotten further so I could kind of be closer to where you're at to discuss. Yeah. I have not played much more since the last time me and you talked. But I did start trying out Tunic. Have you seen Tunic, the little fox game?
Yes, I did. I also booted it up just to take a look at it because I wanted to see what the fuss was about. But yeah, how much did you play?
So not much. I didn't do much more than like boot it up. I probably played like 30 minutes to an hour of it. Not much at all. But I love it. It's so cute. I love the gameplay. I don't know much about what the game is supposed to be, like the storyline or anything, but like I love the game. It came out very recently too. Isn't it an indie game? ?
Yeah, I think it does fall under that category for sure.
Yeah. But I'm really interested. I think that's going to be, I don't know how long it is either, but I'm going to try to finish that. It came out on March 16th and the publisher is Finji. So I do believe that they are an independent studio. But it is adorable. It's I believe it's like more of a puzzle type game. Is kind of like the genre. So it's considered like an action adventure, role-playing like puzzle type game.
It reminds me of an old school like Legend of Zelda, you know, like top down, sort of like old schoolish little spritey character, but obviously like a updated 3D model. But it's very cute. I love the art style.
So that's really only my first impressions, because I was going to try to today actually play more of it before we got on the podcast, but I was actually, for some reason, this is kind of a side Kayla comment. Again, this is a catch-up episode, okay? we're just talking about everything. So I went to a kickboxing class that
I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to go.
It's really close to us. It's very close. And so that was really fun. And so then I was like, you know, after you work out, when you're like, you're in the mode, you're in the hype mode. Like, you're like, okay, I'm so healthy. I'm going to do good. So I came home before the podcast, and I meal prepped a bunch of stuff for like me and Jerica both have full-time jobs, for like my work week.
Not a lot of time to cook lately.
No. And so I was, meal prepping. So instead of playing Tunic, which I really wanted to play, but, Basically, in summary, I know that was a long monologue, but it's fine. You're probably here because you like us too, and you want to hear us talk a little bit. So, yeah, I played some Tunic, really like it. Katronica said, I hear it's hard to discuss much about it without spoiling it. I've also heard that. I don't think I've played enough to get into even spoiler territory, but I'm hoping by the time we record next, I'll be close to done. I think it's a fairly short game, or I'll be done, hopefully. I can give like a mini review without spoilers. So yeah, I've been playing that. I booted up Valorant and played some more Valorant. It is so hard. It's different than any other shooter I've ever played, but I like that it's difficult. I need to stream some of that. I'm just embarrassed because I'm so bad. But I need to play more of that with some of our friends that are better at it than me to get some help. Maybe they carry me a little bit. So I booted that up and played some of that. Horizon, which we'll talk about later. And then I've been, like Jerica said, I've been streaming some Apex. That's really it. I haven't really dove into anything else. I have a couple things up next on my list. And I'll read them off really quick. So like if you guys are listening, Late from Lunch said, hello, let me get that Valorant invite. Yes, I will definitely let you know. I haven't been playing it a ton, but I booted it up the other day. I don't think you were online. And again, I'm trying to get better, okay? I'm trying. Late from Lunch is a really good teacher, so next time I play, I'll let you know. So a couple other things I have on my list. We need to do... I feel like we just did a backlog of Doom, but I swear we could do another one already.
I don't want to do it, Kayla.
I know. It helps me kind of remember games, though, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you haven't heard of it, we do something that's called like a backlog of Doom, which is games that we have. I think the rule was like we've had to have started it.
Yes.
Yeah, that we'd started and put down.
It has to be, something we started, put it down to play something else, and we forgot about it. So
yeah, which one of those for me that I started recently, and this is lame because it's like literally like a 4-hour game, and I should have beat it. Gone Home, I still haven't beat that. I have like a couple hours left. I need to just finish it.
Just do it.
I like it a lot. It's really good, and the story's really nice, and it's creepy and cozy at the same time. Like
it is. That's a good way to describe. It's hard to feel like, is this going to go south? Like,
yeah,
I'm scared to know what's next.
Yeah, and it's like the ambiance is like a thunderstorm, like rain, and you're exploring this house for clues. Something else that I don't know if I've talked about this on here. With some people in our friend group, I started playing Civilization 6 for the first time. Okay. Have you ever played, Jerica?
Civ, yes.
Yeah, Civ 6, if you will. I started playing that with some friends, but everyone got consumed by Elden Ring, so no one will play with me.
But, like, literally, if we go through our fantasy league, like, I feel like I've not been able to keep up with anything because it's all Elden Ring business. Yeah. Like, if you say something, it's definitely lost behind, like, 10 conversations about Elden Ring.
Yeah, which, that's great. So happy for you.
We love
However, love to play other things.
If you said anything to me directly, I might have missed it.
Yeah, unless you like do the little @tag thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Then maybe even I might not have seen it. But yeah, I started playing that too. That is very hard for me to explain what kind of game that is. What kind of game is that? Like help me out in the chat. How would you explain Civ 6? Like what kind of game is that?
Strategy game.
Strategy? Yeah.
Yeah,
like
strategy.
Like resource planning, like that type of game. Yeah.
History game. You learn about history, right?
Yeah, it's like fake. I think it's like fake. I think it's like fake history. I don't know. I think there's some real elements to it, but I really enjoyed that. It's just long. Like you don't.
What makes you think it's fake?
Is it not?
Do you have like?
I don't know.
Do you have like some random emperor that's like?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's real and I just don't know.
What's that? I'm trying to use my history brain. Bartholomew? Is that like one of the...
Napoleon.
Napoleon. Okay, that's what... I'm like, who's Bartholomew? Like, who's that? I feel like that was some, like, historic...
Probably so. Late from Lunch said, I'm over Elden Ring. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
One of
like over it as far as like you're just done, you've played enough of it, or you're tired of hearing about it.
We need to have
maybe both.
We need to have you on the podcast. We have not had him on the podcast yet. Did you know that? Really? Jerica?
That's stupid because I feel like we talked to him on this show a lot.
Yeah,
just like everybody else. I must be having dreams. Just having people guests on all the time.
So yeah, he's late for lunch. Also said it's usually known as a 4X game: explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. Wow, that sounds so intense. It's actually too big, and I'm also tired of it. Katronic said it's a civilization management game, but I like Late from Lunch's more technical explanation. But yeah, so to wrap up what I've been playing, I've played a lot of, like, a good bit of that with friends. I want to jump back into it now that people are letting Elden Ring have its time. Really excited to watch Jerica play that, though. I really want to see your character.
I'm gonna make another character.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it live because I've seen some of the characters that people have made, and that seems to be the best part of this game is the character creator. Also, it's very hard. Like you don't expect just to spend 5 minutes making a character in Elden Ring. Like there's a lot of way. I feel like I spent 30 minutes just trying to get the nose right. It was really messed up. And I was like, what's wrong with this default nose they got going on? So.
If you guys want to hear some more about that, our episode before last is we had our friend of the show Josh on to talk about his redemption arc with Elden Ring. So you should check that out first.
It's a good one.
So that's all I've been playing. Maybe we can dive into Horizon after we talk about the news. You want to do that?
Let's do that.
Okay. So we got a couple things to cover that has happened while we're away. Again, we talked about all the things that came out. A lot of things today as we're recording. When this goes up on the podcast, it'll be a little while back. But Tiny Tina Wonderlands, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Kirby. Jerica, what of those? So you said Tiny Tina Wonderlands. Is that right?
Yes.
That's first on your list. Are you going to play the other two? Do you have plans to play them?
Oh, I'm definitely going to get to this Kirby game because like seeing Kirby swallow that many things is just like very empowering to me.
Empowering?
Empowering is the right word. I'm like, if Kirby could do that, I can do anything. Okay?
I'm really interested in Ghostwire Tokyo because it looks really like different and cool. Like I love it's very like Neo, like traditional, like that sort of thing. Like I think that's really cool.
The gameplay from Ghostwire like really intrigued me. Like it looked awesome. Like is this like a melee game or is it just spell based, like ranged, or it was a lot. And the hand animations, if you watched any of the gameplay, were like really cool. You're like and like it looked really neat. But let's talk about some of these reviews to see how they impact what we think. Because a couple of them reviewed differently than I thought. Well, I say
are you looking at the Metacritic?
Sort of, yeah, two were sort of a surprise.
Okay.
The one that's not a surprise, Kirby, any Nintendo game, is probably going to review well. Right now on Metacritic, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, singular, just one Forgotten Land, is sitting at an 84. So it seems to be a great game. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's find.
That's pretty understandable. Pretty on par with the usual. Which one are you looking up now?
I'm trying to look up Tiny Tina, but my phone's not loading anything. I hit search and it's doing nothing.
Okay, let's see Tiny Tina Wonderlands. If you guys in the chat have played any of these, let us know what you think. You were looking at Metacritic, is that right?
Well, it seems like right now the only one that has a review is actually, unless I'm looking at this wrong, is the PC version.
I do see that, yeah.
I'm going to go and say this game's reviewing better than I anticipated. It's sitting at an 80.
Okay.
So, and if you didn't know, I've been a fan of Borderlands for a while. The last, I think, Borderlands, I've lose track of. There's been a lot of Borderlands games. It was one of the first games that I played that I was like, this is awesome. I love the concept of being able to play with like up to 4 people. It's cool. There's a lot of guns. It's at the time was really funny. Some of the humor like goes to the wayside and I'm just like, it's a little too much sometimes. It's a little cheesy or that's a little over the top. But ultimately like Borderlands 2 is good. The prequel, Borderlands prequel, I never actually finished it, but I watched Audrey play a lot of it. It was one of my favorite Borderlands games. It's actually really good. It's fun. You play as Claptrap. He's a playable character. He's probably one of the most iconic characters from that series. And then, the latest Borderlands game was okay. I feel like they could have, definitely tweak some things with the story. The gameplay was fun. It's just like the story is like, that's a little underwhelming. And then what this is almost like I think there was actually DLC that is similar to this. I could be wrong. I didn't play it. I'm just trying to remember what someone told me. I think Tiny Tina does like a little Dungeons and Dragons little side hustle thing. Mm-hmm. She's a character from Borderlands. So this is like a segment of that takes place inside the universe of Borderlands, but it's like a fantasy based thing. It's like it's definitely a D&D setting, and everything's, I'm sure, being imagined by some characters, but you're playing through it. So the concept's really cool, and they got a lot of heavy hitter voice actors, and actually, Sam Maggs is a writer on the show, and I'm a big fan of her work. So that's actually why I picked it up on the Fantasy League. So I was like, the writing has to be actually okay, or even great if she's on the team doing that. So I picked that up because I was like, at least the story should be hitting. But apparently, it's fun to play, and it's got a pretty good story.
I definitely am excited. I know nothing about Borderlands. I've never played a Borderlands game, ever. Which I know you said that you think I might like it. It's like it's a shooter, right?
I think you'd like it. Yeah.
I probably would like it. I just have never gotten into it. I don't know why. I just skipped past it. But I'm excited to see what you think. I would love to see you play that too.
Ghostwire is the last one.
Yes. I'm intrigued to see how this is rated. So we have,
I see 79 on PC, 75 PS5. I can't tell what that's the only ones I see. Is it a PS5 exclusive? I guess it is. It is. I forgot. It was one of those games that still I feel like, wasn't it a Bethesda thing? No, I don't think so. A studio, I forgot who. I don't know who developed this. I forgot. I just know that cool lady was working at the studio for a minute, and then Tango Gameworks. So it is a Bethesda publisher. Yeah. This is another one of those games that was in development, made, and is still coming to PS5 and only on PS5. But probably the next one will be on just Xbox. So
yeah. Really quick, we do have somebody new in the chat that I wanted to talk about. So we have Noelle Taco Bell. That's adorable. Love that. But they said, hello, new follower here. Hope everyone's having a great night. Heard about y'all via the Kinda Funny community podcast this month. Hoping to make some new friends. Oh, well, welcome to the group.
We're here usually every week. May not be the same time, same place, because our schedules are all crazy. But Kayla does an excellent job of updating everybody when we're trying to go live and sort of the plan for the week. So follow us there to get notified. Yeah. Twitter, Instagram.
Thank you.
In the air, we're everywhere. That rhymed.
Wow. That was beautiful. But yeah, no, thank you so much. We really appreciate every single person that watches us. I feel like our community is really fun. Our little hole over here. So, but yeah, so that is Tiny Tina. You said Ghostwire is rating okay as well.
It's rated okay. Like, it seems to not be blowing up people's skirts. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I haven't really read any of the reviews yet, but it does appear that it's not as liked as some people were anticipating. Trying to find some of these reviews here. Let's see.
If anyone in the chat has played, I would love to hear your personal opinions. Just from day one, obviously. It's on my list. I think it's the highest one on my list from these couple games that came out. So I would love to hear your personal experience, since there was a lot that came out today.
Yeah, what's everyone playing?
Yeah,
There's 3 new games out.
Tell us. I've got so much on my list, man. I'm probably gonna, after we get done with this, I gotta decide what I want to play. Which my default in my brain says Horizon, but I think we'll talk a little bit later.
Yeah. Stay tuned. I have made progress in Horizon, and I have some thoughts about it.
You told me you had some critical thoughts, which I'm interested to hear. I like the peek down your glasses you did right now. It looked very Mad Librarian vibe.
But I'm not mad about it. But I don't know why I'm like, I got some critiques of Horizon.
Did you find any did Kinda Funny do your review?
I'm going to be honest. I've had, even though this is just a hard seltzer, it's making me a little hard to read through things fast.
That's okay.
Here's what Game Informer has to say about it. Ghostwire here. I fully expect some people won't be smitten with the game the way I am. I think it's completely understandable if you want to forgive the game for that. But if Ghostwire connects with you, I think it will really connect with you. It's weird and unique, and I think it's great to see this kind of game get this kind of budget. Put it all on the table and use that money to do some baffling and great art. And for that alone, I can't help but love Ghostwire. So, seems to be sort of divisive. You might like it, you might not. That little review sort of made me want to play it though, because I like Death Stranding, and that was one of those games that you either got it or you're just like, mm-mm. Or either you still didn't get it, but you stuck through it. Yeah. And maybe you got to the part that got a little okay. If you get by all the babies in the pods and the Monster Energy drinks, you could maybe enjoy it.
Wow.
Kayla, are you ever going to beat Death Stranding?
Jerica, it's on my list still. I have not taken it off my backlog. I own it. I have it. You so graciously got me a copy. I have not finished it, but it's there. I have desire to play it.
I just wonder, one day, I think I might just, if you don't play it, it's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I would love to tell you how the ending worked out.
I don't know, because I want to play it. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, one day. We'll put it on pause.
I will give you 2 years. Or I'm going to call you and tell you how Death Stranding ended so we can laugh about it together. Not saying it's a laughable moment, because I cried a little bit. It had me teared up. Death Stranding had me teared up.
2 years from today.
I'm still waiting for somebody in our friend group to beat it. I think Josh maybe was the closest one. Still haven't been able to talk about Death Stranding with anybody except Audrey.
That's amazing.
It's really disappointing.
Yeah, you've really held true to not spoiling it though. Yeah. For a long time. Mm-hmm. So I'm proud of you.
Didn't mean to start talking about Death Stranding. We're done with that. Okay, anyways, Ghostwire Tokyo seems to be one of those games. You might like it, you might not.
Moving on. So, we had a couple, we just have one, acquisition. PlayStation bought Haven. I don't know a lot about Haven. Jerica, do you know anything about Haven?
A little bit. Yeah. So, let me read from the PlayStation blog, because they actually wrote a little blurb about it. If you go to the PlayStation's PlayStation blog site. Today, I'm delighted to announce that Haven Studios is officially joining PlayStation Studios. Jade Raymond brings a wealth of experience from her industry achievements and infectious passion for creating games, and the leadership team at Haven is an equally impressive group of industry veterans who have collaborated on some of the biggest and most beloved games and franchises that many of us still enjoy. I'm not going to read all of that, but it does seem like Haven was a great studio to acquire. And their focus on their first game is going to be a AAA multiplayer experience. Ooh. Which also it also aligns with their, what they said, why they acquired Bungie, right? Was to, honestly not change anything about Destiny, but acquire Bungie with their talent with big live action online games.
Nice.
So,
wait a second.
Do you know much about old Jade Raymond?
No, I don't.
Okay, so just so you know who she is, she's a Canadian video game creator, best known for helping create Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs, and even helping building the Ubisoft, Toronto, and EA Motive studios. So she's got a pretty hefty background, and it's pretty excited to see what she does. I know she actually got hired on with Google with the Stadia thing. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, that was a little ordeal, obviously, because a lot of developers, I'm sure, got bought into this Stadia business, and then they decided. I really actually haven't read much on Stadia.
I haven't either.
I mean,
you guys have play tested at PAX, didn't you?
I did, and I guess it came out, and everyone was like, "eh."
Yeah.
I guess I don't really need this. Do I need it? I don't know. So Stadia isn't really, that's my point. Who's using Stadia? Not me right now.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see that Jade Raymond had her own studio, and now PlayStation has acquired them. So that's really exciting. She has a pretty good background. I'm excited to see.
Late from Lunch had a good comment. Haven must be making something super unique for Sony to grab that, considering the studio hasn't made anything or announced anything yet.
Great point. Yeah, for sure. Because like I knew like she had got like obviously started her own studio, and this was happening. I've heard of Haven, and I've been wondering like what are they still doing? So yeah, they haven't announced anything yet. So wonder what caught Sony's eye, huh?
We'll see.
We'll find out.
Stay tuned. We'll let you know. That sounds such an elevator pitch. Okay, so next up, so there was some good news and some bad news in the gaming industry over these past 2 weeks that we've been gone. We had some dates announced. I
thought you said we had a death in the family.
No,
oh God,
no.
We had some dates.
We had some dates announced, and we had some dates pushed. So we had a date announced for, and I realize I'm unprepared because I don't have the date exactly. Hold please.
Okay.
Which is funny because it's a game I'm actually really excited about, and it's on my fantasy league pick list. If you don't know what that is, we did a whole episode about that. We have our own fantasy gaming league. So Gotham Knights got a release date of October 25th.
Let's go! I'm pretty sure that game's gonna make it.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that's a solid launch date. I don't see that getting pushed. If anything, by a month.
That's a good time. Like Halloween, I feel like this is a really good like Halloween game. You know, like that kind of sort of game. So we got another thing announced. Wait, no, maybe did we have the date for Hogwarts Legacy?
I don't think so. No, that was new news. Like they had the launch date, or they had the state of play, and then they put the date out there finally. So
yes,
what was it? It was just like holiday this year, right?
Yeah, it's just holiday this year, so not a date for sure. So I'm still skeptical about this one. Not about the game. The game looks amazing, honestly. It looks beautiful. I'm very interested. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, so like I'm interested in this game. I'm hesitant to say it's going to come out this year. What do you think?
I have I'm not really familiar with that studio, to be honest, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Studio is Avalanche Software.
Which I feel like someone said in our group chat, like, it's not the Avalanche that I'm probably thinking of.
I'm trying to see what else they've done. But I mean, they're like, Harry Potter is Warner Brothers. So I mean, they have a big publisher like pushing. So who knows? I mean, that's not a good thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but that's what maybe it'll be on time. I'm not sure. But what did you think? Did you watch any of the gameplay or anything?
I saw like some screenshots and stuff. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what they actually create with that. I don't know if it'll actually come out this year though.
Yeah. So Zip Penguin, hi Zip Penguin, thanks for watching. Y'all should go check him out too. He said, I'm so excited for Gotham Knights. Yes, I know we kind of skipped over that. I want to go back to that. And I've talked about it on previous episodes, but Gotham Knights is one of my most anticipated games of this year. I think it's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited for the co-op aspects of it, and I think it looks phenomenal. So I'm very excited. We have other people in the chat saying the same. Late from Lunch said they made Disney Infinity and licensed games mostly.
That was what it was. I remember someone mentioning that, and I was like, that's so random. I need to read more about this, because I really thought it was the other Avalanche. Like, that's behind, was it Just Cause or something?
So, they said the other Avalanche is the one that made Mad Max and Just Cause, yeah.
Okay.
Dang it, I missed something. Okay. The Penguin also said, and somehow Hogwarts Legacy is coming out on the Switch? I did not see that. I must have missed that.
I did too. Like, I didn't know that. For real? That's okay.
That seems like I don't know how that's gonna go. I feel like that's gonna look bad. Katronica said we are less than 2 weeks out from Lego Star Wars.
Hell yeah, I forgot about that one. Hell yeah. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but that looks awesome. The trailer for that got me really excited, and like seeing some gameplay. I was like, I might have to play this. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna.
Something about it. That looks pretty fun.
I really enjoyed Lego Batman. That's the only Lego game I've played is Lego Batman. Okay, but so exciting things announced, exciting things coming.
Forspoken got delayed too.
Delayed.
Is that where we're going to the delays? Forspoken got delayed. Which I'm happy for, because when they first announced Forspoken like coming out, it was not, I feel like it might have been with the first trailer or something like that soon. I was like, wow, they already have like a date. It was in May, or at least May of this year. And I was like, that seems really soon, just to show, like, I'm not used to getting gameplay in a release date. It's not how this industry works lately. It's usually, here's what we're making. We'll see you in 4 years, you know?
So, the date, developer Luminous Productions has delayed Forspoken from May 25th to October 11th.
Which I'm all for, because I really, the story and like how that game plays, from what I can tell, is pretty unique, and I really want it to be good. I don't want it to fall flat. Like, I want it to be something new, and I want the story to be really good. So take your time.
Yes.
Take your time.
Speaking of taking your time, another game that got delayed is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Which, Jerica, I think you picked that as your counter pick, didn't you?
I did. I knew it was not. I picked it only because of like that game I don't think is going to come out, but if it comes out, it's going to wreck me. But man, I picked a great one, because that's not coming out. It got delayed. And then it got delayed a whole other year.
Yeah. So I'm trying to pull up the exact date. So this is just an article from Polygon. Delayed to 2023.
Wow.
Delayed to spring 2023. Rocksteady Studios said on Wednesday, confirming an earlier report that DC Comics Super Adventure wouldn't make its launch this year. That's probably a good thing too, honestly.
Yep.
I was surprised that they were going to launch Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad so close together, because they are both like major DC games, so you would think they would kind of want to spread that out a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think that game's going to be okay. I'm more excited about Gotham Knights than this game. Do you have specific thoughts on that? What do you think?
No, I'm just, glad I picked it. It's my kind of pick.
Yeah. But it looks good.
I don't know why I'm talking. Like, I'm like, ooh, I'm so good at playing Fantasy League video game stuff. But I picked an unannounced Silent Hill game, which was dumb. I look back at that all the time. I was like, I'm so dumb. Why did I do that?
You were living on a prayer, I
was really like, it's gonna happen this
looking
year.
for a dream. You just...
what I'm ready for, Kayla?
Yes.
It's a whole other topic, and this is the hard seltzer talking, but like, I am so... I feel like it's still too soon, but like, I'm ready for the next Resident Evil game.
Yeah,
I need that next game, because that was one of the funnest games I played last year.
So much fun. It was so much fun to play together. Well, technically not together, but...
Yeah, it was so much fun. I had so much fun with that game. I love Resident Evil games.
They're just a good time.
I'm ready for another one. It's time.
Yep. No announcements yet, though, right? Nothing.
Nope.
So last little bit of... this is really just like this is an article that I found and that we were talking about in our friend group from Bloomberg. Sony to unveil PlayStation subscription as soon as next week. This is from Jason Schreier. This came out today, actually, so hot off the press. Sony Group Corp is preparing to introduce a new video game subscription service for PlayStation as early as next week, said people familiar with the plans. Now, I don't know those sources, but we'll see. The service, which has been in development under the codename Spartacus, it's got a code name.
Ooh.
Is Sony's answer to Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass, a sort of Netflix for video games that has amassed more than 25 million subscribers. Wow, that's a lot. Sony's will debut with a splashy lineup of hit games from recent years, said the people who requested autonomy because the plans are private.
The people.
The people. Sony's new service will combine two of its current offerings, PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus. Customers will be able to choose from multiple tiers offering catalogs of modern games and classics. So we've been kind of speculating this would happen for a while, right? That, like, there has to be something to combat Game Pass.
Or at least, like, have a reason, like, you gotta have another, I don't know, like, if you're able to have both consoles, cool, because, like, you can have the best of both worlds. But, like, if you are only a PlayStation owner, you're like, well, how can I also pay monthly and just try these games? But I don't want to. I honestly don't like the PlayStation Now service. Like, I don't like streaming games. That's why Stadia, is it a thing? I don't know. Are people streaming games that way? And, like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I want to be able to download them to my console and play. But yeah, Late for Lunch said, I'll be surprised if this is somehow competitively priced to Game Pass. And yeah, I just don't see PlayStation, like, having the library like that. I don't see them being able, I feel like this is definitely just, I don't know. Is it just going to be where, can we download the games, or is it just streaming? I need to know that. Like, if I can download if I could download PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, that might be pretty cool. That might be pretty neat. And if the library is expanse, because I go through Game Pass ever so often, and there isn't a lot of, like, I would say, I'm not going to say retro, but there's not a lot of old Xbox games. Unless I'm wrong, I feel like nothing's, like, hitting me in the face saying, oh, they got this game on here. Mm-hmm. Only ones that stand out was like, ooh, I could play Fable and Fable 2. I could play those. But, like, I feel like the catalog for PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 is way more intense and way more impressive than, like, what Xbox would have at that time. Xbox 360, you name it. So that'd be really cool. Mm-hmm. Like, if they can figure out a way to download those old games onto your PlayStation, that'd be dope.
Katronica said Fable series, Doom, and Mass Effect. That's true. I have PC
my
Game
brain's
Pass.
Not working right now, but I can only think of, like, all the PlayStation 2 games, like, you might be able to download if this thing was real,
Oh, I have a ton of PlayStation 2 games I would download. I actually have my old PlayStation 2, but, like, it's a different experience. Like, it's just different.
They might have something special going on with, like, the PlayStation catalog. Like, if they're able to figure out a way where you could download all those games, pretty dope.
Late from Lunch said if they somehow figured out PS1, 2, 3 emulation natively on PS5, then I'm in.
That's going to be the selling point for me.
And imagine if they, like, somehow integrated, like, DualSense into that.
Ooh,
how cool would that be?
At least, like, take advantage of some of the newer features and look okay on running on my PS5.
That might be kind of hard. Like, for, like, they probably will have to do, like, only certain games, but, like, I think that would be really cool. All right. Well, that kind of pretty much rounds out our episode. That was a lot. We had a lot to discuss. I had a really fun time. I hope you guys had a fun time.
We're not done yet.
watching.
I haven't talked about Horizon, though.
Oh,
Don't forget
shoot.
that.
That's right. Oh my gosh, I was about to end this.
We weren't kidding with saying, hey, wait to the end to hear what Jerica thinks about Horizon. It's not that, like, I hate that I'm saving it for last, like, it's a big thing.
No, I want to hear about it, because I thought it's true.
Like, so I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West, and I'm not going to spoil it. I will not spoil it. No story. Huh?
Wait, really quick. I have something to say.
Oh.
This is going to catch... Late from Lunch said, imagine your trophies on PlayStation Classics.
Oh, I haven't thought about that. That makes me, obviously...
You haven't been talking about trophies in a while, though. I know you were really big on trophies a couple years ago, but...
Think about the two games that are out right now, Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring. I do not want to tackle those trophy lists right now.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
But yeah, no, I'm still into trophies, though. Still into it. I got the Destiny 2 trophy, and that just made me feel so good. It was such a surprise. Back to... Horizon here. I'm playing with this little tie thing, and I've made a ring out of it. Now I've made this little squiggly thing.
Yeah, focus.
I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
That's how you, yeah, I can see it.
It's blurry now. It looks like a cool eyebrow. Mm-hmm. You like that?
I love that. It looks like
and now it's gone.
Oh, I did forget to mention I started playing more Psychonauts. I still haven't finished it.
I need to beat that too. That's a backlog of doing. Okay, Horizon. I won't get distracted by this stupid thing anymore. Great game. I'm not going to spoil any of the story because the story does take a new little turn that I'm really excited, that I'm obviously excited for, and I want to see where that lands. I'm glad they're taking the story there. But like, this is not spoilery, but like, I'm just talking about Aloy as a character. Voice acting, performance, incredible. Like, everything about Aloy is amazing the performance. But like, I feel like some of the writing for her needs to be tweaked a little bit. She's just, I really thought, like, because I'll speak, like, early in the game, you're just like, she's showing some characteristics that she might find herself saying, man, I shouldn't have done this alone. Or, maybe I should show my friends how I'm doing these things with these robots. Maybe I need some help. But she's always like, I gotta do this right now, and I'm doing it by myself, which I love an independent woman.
Yes.
I love that. But like, she is like gung-ho and just going, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be something in this game. She's gonna have something happen, and she's gonna realize, I need to let people in.
Yeah.
I gotta learn to let people love me.
She needs some therapy. She needs some therapy.
Because, like, literally in the first game, spoilers for the first game, sorry if you haven't played it, but it's been out a long time. It's been out since 2017. But Aloy was, like, casted out because the way she came into the world was a little unnatural for this future way in the future situation with robots and humanity being basically, having to resort to prehistoric times. But it's in the future. But she came into the world like a little unnatural, and everyone's like, nope, she can't be a part of our tribe. Don't know how she got here. And like, she gets banished, and like, she doesn't really have like a mom or a dad, and like has a hard time. Like, a guy takes her in, Rost, and takes care of her, and pretty much is like her dad in the first game. And later on, something happens to him, and he's no longer in the picture. But obviously, like, that's the only person Aloy has ever, like, had a close connection with in her life. And all this crazy stuff happens that she discovers and learns about her past. It's pretty, wow, you learn that you might have a parent or something. As I'm being very vague, so I don't spoil any of the Horizon story. To that being said, like, yeah, seems like Aloy doesn't need people. Like, she has learned to be very on her own. And she doesn't need anybody to be there for comfort. Like, she is a very independent woman. She doesn't know what it's like to have someone care for her, really. So I'm like, okay, they're really pushing this, like, everyone's trying to help her, and she just keeps leaving her friends. She's like, haha, they're asleep. I'm going to sneak out in the middle of the night and go do my thing. Haha.
That just frustrates me.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, man. And I'm like, okay, the story's going to catch up, and she's going to have something happen. And she's going to be conflicted, and it still might happen. I might not have gotten to that part yet. But I'm just really bummed. Like, nothing, I don't know if they're ever going to, story-wise, hit a point where you feel conflicted and you feel bad or any emotion like that. Because I feel like it's all happy-go-lucky in this world that's pretty sort of sad and scary with all the robot dinosaurs roaming around. Mm-hmm. And there's not a lot of sad. It's sort of funny that I'm like, this game needs to be more sad. It definitely needs
more depth.
More
is that what you mean?
Depth to the characters, because there's like dialogue options. Like, don't play Horizon after you've played like Mass Effect or something, because the dialogue options definitely not the same kind of level. And they teeter there with like the back and forth with some of the characters you interact with, and the performance capture. The acting is
the
awesome.
cutscenes.
The facial animations are like, whoa, it's insane. But like, they just don't go there with some of the dialogue to where it makes you emotionally invested. Like, you just don't care. You're like, what? And it's not like a don't care. It's just like, it's a weird, I don't compare everything to The Last of Us, but I do compare some things to The Last of Us.
I mean, it's a pretty standard pillar to like be like, okay.
Like, I want Aloy's character to have some more depth, and I want her to sort of feel sad or conflicted more and like show it. But I feel like she's just always there to save the day, and nothing's gonna get her down. I'm like, you should be feeling some emotion right now, Aloy.
And maybe that's the whole point. Like, I mean, maybe it is a different look at, but I see what you're saying too. Like,
the world is so real and everything else is so real. Why is that not real? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a weird balance because the game is so photorealistic, but the human emotion is a little off. Some of the characters it's there, but like with Aloy, the person you're playing with the whole time, it's just not. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox now, but I'm just like, come on, Aloy. I need you to cry or something.
I know that, like, you don't want to compare everything to Last of Us, but, like, if you do, like, when I played The Last of Us 1 and 2, which my experience was a pretty unique one, I was devastated. Like going through the emotions of Ellie and Dina and honestly all of the characters, even just like side characters, I was devastated. Like, so yeah, I get what you're saying, like not intensely like feeling the emotions. Like you're
Aloy's murdering way more people in this game than she did in the last one. I'm like, you can't really, maybe that's not obviously what they're going for. They want you to fight the robot dinosaurs and stuff, but like for a game to be on such a high scale of fidelity, performance, like where is the fidelity of like that special story character dynamic that you have in like the last, and I'm not asking for the Last of Us story like in Horizon, not that deep, but a little more than what they're giving us, you know? Yeah.
So here's a couple things. So Late from Lunch said, Noel Taco Bell said, Aloy's been through a lot. Yes.
She has. But you can't tell that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it. She just doesn't talk about it.
I think she's
trying to save the day.
I hope that there's some sort of like, there has to be in the game some sort of like turning point or some sort of arc or some sort of like reflection.
She's just so neutral to everything.
Yeah.
And there's like, I forgot, this was not spoiling everything, Kayla, but there is a decision that you get to make in the game that you get to pick a side, like two characters. You get to side with this person or side with this person. The outcomes apparently I asked Audrey to look it up before I made a choice. And it doesn't matter. Same thing sort of happens either way.
I hate that.
Why? Why would you even make us choose? Like, come on. It's such a letdown. Like, if you played Mass Effect, like, the stuff that's there like that, like, why even have it in there?
Yeah.
I'll quit complaining about that, but otherwise the story is great. It's okay.
It's beautiful.
The game is so fun to play. Mm-hmm. It's a challenge. It's hard as hell. Like, it's a lot harder than I remember.
Yeah, I want to be connected. That's a big part of the experience for me.
Everything else is so great.
And it's been hard to pinpoint exactly what it is that doesn't make me like hungry to do like more. And I think that is maybe that.
I think the side quests are fun and interesting, and they're like the side quests are like on par like with the story. And I know I just said the story might hit a little mellow right now. It might pick up, but the side quests are actually like really interesting
and relevant.
It's not connected. It's not Aloy. It's not about Aloy, but the side quests are about the side characters, and they're actually really good. I'm like, why can't it be that good for like with Aloy?
Yeah,
come on. Like I said, haven't beat the game. I got to preface, I haven't beat it yet, so I don't know. I don't know where this ends.
A couple other things that are fun. You know what? That would be a good like podcast episode, maybe idea. Like, maybe like characters we felt the most connected to, or like characters that impacted us the most, just like characters in general. Lake from Lunch said, a world savior complex considering her past.
Maybe that's all she knows. You could be onto something.
He said, I haven't played the new one though, so maybe I'm way off base. Katronica said, love Laura Bailey and Ashley.
Yes, we do too.
We stan. Yes. Late from Lunch said, sometimes you get Ellie and sometimes you get Nathan Drake.
Sort of that makes sense.
Video game characters are still so underdeveloped as a whole. I could agree with that. I think so. But I think the past couple years, we've definitely been heading in the direction of like more. I
think Mass Effect and like Last of Us have just spoiled me on two different types of.
Yeah.
I don't know the word I'm using to describe it. Like two types of experiences. Like.
Yeah.
I hate dialogue options if it's not as good as Mass Effect.
I don't like dialogue options when it doesn't matter.
That's the thing.
If it doesn't affect anything or I don't like see outcomes from it, it bothers me.
And Horizon has a lot of it. It's a lot to read. It's so much. Well, not read. I read captions a lot because I don't like I don't let them finish talking. Sometimes I just hit next, and because I'm reading it faster than they are talking.
That's funny.
I ain't got time. It's a 50-hour game.
I mean, okay, let's put it this way. So even like, for example, Call of Duty Cold War is the last Call of Duty game I played. I didn't really feel, well, they brought some no spoilers, but it came out. They brought some characters back, so that did get me kind of invested in the story. But there were choices that you made that were very obvious throughout the game. It was a very cool experience for a Call of Duty game that I'd never experienced before. That the situations were very different based off of the choices you made. There was various endings. Now I'm not saying not every game has the capability to have multiple endings. Like that's understandable. And that's not what I'm asking for. But to Jerica's point, like if you're gonna put options and dialogue in a game, dialogue options, obviously there has to be dialogue in a game, most games at least. I do want it to matter. A couple other things from the chat, just because everyone seems to have opinions, which I love. I love your Neil's opinions. Another good point. Katronica said, also hashtag Cal Kestis needs a hug. I agree. Jedi Fallen Order is also a really emotional like investment of a game, which is surprising because it's very action packed. But they also fit in there like with the emotional aspects.
I cannot wait for whatever they do next with that because they did so good with the first one. There's definitely room for some improvements, but ultimately for their first at bat, they did a good job.
Yes, and apparently it's been mentioned, Fallen Order 2. I put that on my fantasy league just in case.
It is happening. We just don't know when.
So Noelle Taco Bell said, yeah, my biggest complaint about Aloy is that she comes off as a very bland character.
She does a little bit. Sad. Which is lame because from her appearance, she's a baddie. Anything but bland.
Yeah.
I love how she looks and everything else, but I just need her to have, I don't know, maybe it gets there. Maybe I'm wrong. So.
Late from Lunch said Fallen Order 2 win. Yeah, exactly. Katronic said there's a rumbling that they may announce it in May. May the 4th would make sense.
Ooh.
You know? Joshi DTV said Mass Effect was so good.
Kayla's gonna play it soon, by the way. We'll make a big deal about it. We'll definitely announce it. But Kayla's never played Mass Effect.
Ever.
The original trilogy, not Andromeda, was okay. But
Jerica?
She's going to start with the original Mass Effect, and luckily it's on Game Pass now, so you can play it.
Do you work Sunday, Jerica?
I do.
Okay, I was going to say I'm off Sunday. We could maybe do the first installment of Mass Effect Sunday if we wanted to. Well, let me see.
Let me see.
Might be too early. There's a lot going on, so no pressure.
You know, raids happen. We do raids in Destiny, so I need to make sure we're not trying to do something Sundays. Let me double check.
That was a little. You guys,
but we're gonna do it. We need to put it in the calendar soon because I want to watch you start Mass Effect.
Yeah. A lot of people. So the Katronica said a lot of people say Cal is too bland, but I disagree. I also disagree. I think that he's a good example if we're talking about like he also has a very difficult past, and you get to see a lot of the pain that he's experienced. That has kind of hardened him, which may make him seem kind of bland. But I think the difference between him and Aloy is, you get to see the cracks in his exterior that, are happening. And you can see the turmoil, the inner turmoil, the evolution of sorts. So maybe we see that with her. I don't know. Me and Jerica both haven't finished it. So I'll reserve my final thoughts for that. For whenever I finish it. But yeah, and then
I'm getting there, I think.
I may have looked up, not any spoilers, but I looked up the main quest timeline.
Oh, you did? Okay.
But it's kind of confusing the way that it's laid out.
This won't be any spoilers for story, but you're talking about Horizon, right?
Yes.
I'm having to go to 3 new locations to collect more data for this other big data right now.
Okay.
Does that make any sense? I've been to 1. I need 2 more. More.
We'll definitely do whenever we both finish.
Apparently, according to the PlayStation, I don't know, completion. I don't know. There's I'm 30%, which is really. I've been playing a lot, but I've been doing a lot of side quests. So because they're actually really fun to do.
Yeah, I've done a couple.
Distracted.
I haven't done like an insane amount, but I've done some more than I usually do. If you guys know me, I normally don't do them at all, unless it's like super intriguing to me. So yeah, I've been playing some. Hopefully next time we get on, I'll have more to discuss. I would love to, when we both finish it, do a spoiler cast.
Let's do it. Let's see if it wraps up in an interesting way.
Yeah. And we can at least like reflect, like maybe we take back everything we said. I don't know. We'll see.
One last thing we'll add before we stop talking about Horizon. I haven't seen all the first episode of Halo, but I watched 20 minutes of it. By the way, that came out on Paramount. So I don't know if you're a Halo fan, anyone out there, but I'm going to be that person and say, if they go hard with the game effects and a lot of the things from the video game, I was going to be sold on it. Some people are probably like 50-50. Like some people probably want maybe something that's separate from like the game. But like if they did everything directly from the game, like story wise, I don't care. I feel like this is going to be a fan service-y situation anyways. Mm-hmm. I'm all for it. I watched the first 20 minutes only because like I got distracted, not because it wasn't any good. I wanted to finish it. We started doing something else. And what was that sound? I thought it sounds like something's outside. Uh-oh. Sorry, I was distracted. I don't know what it is.
It's Aloy mad.
She's climbing. Let me in. I do have emotions. That's not how she sounds. So, what was I talking about? Oh, I watched 20 minutes of it, and yes, it's from off the bat. It was really like. There's some sound effects from the game in it. It's awesome. I love how Master Chief sounds so far. I haven't finished the episode, and I don't know what happens.
No spoilers.
But I do like the characters. I like where they're going. I like the conflict they're creating, and they are taking a little step back from the game a little bit.
I think people are upset about that, but I never mind that. I
think it actually makes more like I was surprised they did that. I thought they were going to take the easy route with this one and just really like give the gamers what they want, but they're taking a step back and they're trying to tell a little bit more of a different story.
That,
yeah. Did you watch any of it yet, or
I haven't yet?
Read about it? Okay,
I have it on my list, but I've talked to there's a friend of the show, another Cody that's a friend of the show, not the one that's been on the show, that told me that he really enjoyed it, and like told me a little bit of details about it, but no spoilers. I want to watch it myself. Did you know that the budget for this was like really high, like $90 million?
Well, there are a lot of CGI in there. It's not bad, not too bad, because I was wondering how they were going to make the Covenant guys look. I was like, I wonder how they're going to look.
You're a bigger Halo fan than I am. Like, I played some Halo, but you were way more Halo than me. So.
Yeah.
Which might be interesting perspective.
Joshy DTV says, the remaster of Mass Effect is amazing. Also agree. Cannot wait for Kayla to play it in 4K glory. It looks even better than, obviously, when it came out. And Mass Effect 1 got a lot of improvements to make it way more fun to play. And then he says, my understanding of the Halo shows that they have the same outcome from the game, but they're going to go about it in a different way. I think that's a smart decision. I like that. I'm for it.
Cool. Well, I'm going to watch it for sure. It definitely looks entertaining at the least. But that's really all I got. We had a lot today. Thank you guys for sticking around.
We will be back next week and maybe even sooner. Like I said, if you follow us on Twitch, you'll get notified when we go live, because we do occasionally stream on here. Kayla plays Apex. I'm eventually gonna open some of these dang Pokemon cards that I have sitting up here, and also play some Elden Ring soon. I'll need some help going through that, so please follow us here. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, at JK Games Podcast, and we post everything there, so you sort of know what we're up to.
Yeah, I'm excited. You could do like a stream where you soft open and you like open the Pokemon cards and you're like, all right, let's play some Elden Ring.
I just played. Yeah, you thought I was gonna open a Pokemon cards? No, we're gonna play some hardcore games.
Do you like that? Late from lunchtime, cracking packs, baby.
Cracking some packs. They're just sitting over there collecting dust. I've been, I'm playing so much Destiny and so much Horizon. I don't even have time to open my Pokemon cards. I'm sad.
Wow, first world problems.
It really is. That's sort of stupid. I'm gonna look back at this and be like,
no.
That's a bad problem to have, baby Jerica.
Well, stay tuned because all that will be happening.
Yes.
We'll give you the info when we got it, whenever we go. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.
Thanks for being involved in the chat.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
See you next time on the JK Games Podcast.